bad.
I think it's the kind of lane where they can kill the Rubik. Oh, and here we go. This might be first blood.
They're going to try. They get in the Thunderstrikes there. Miposhka. First blood for him down in this lane. The trades favoring them here between the supports.
Yeah, so if you think about how the lane is structured, Bloodseeker Rubik...
A solid start on the lane so far. Toronto Tokyo, he wants to try and play for the 4-minute rune, but won't manage to do so. Extra backup was on its way over for PSG LGD to keep control of that.
Yeah, so you notice both fours are rotating for the runes, right? And in this situation, the Bloodseeker's pretty fine bottom. He can't really be harassed out of the lane.
But would you imagine that, even though it did get through as the last pick, do you think it was something that Team Spirit would have had in mind? They knew that this was going to be, there was potential of this coming up as the last pick for PSG LGD.
If I'm being honest, I don't feel like they really addressed the Tinker in their draft. I think this Invoker was more like a, this is what we're going to go with, as Miposhka's in trouble.
They're going to try and chase him down. He does get the kinetic field off. Yatoro tries to turn towards Fabian, but the backup's there from White. He's trying to commit Yatoro, but can he get the kill in time? With stick charges, Yatoro's going to try and run him down, but Fabian is out to the side. Yatoro's not got the further vision. He is going to be able to jump out of the blood right, though. Over to the creep wave.
The zombie gives vision.
See if they can chase him under the tower. They can't. Oh, they can! Oh, they get him!
The zombie vision.
They still manage to see him there as Jinkyu reaches in with a hard-hitting Fate Bolt.
Actually, I do believe that was a Thirst vision.
And now Miposhka. I mean, this is going to be potentially another one. Can they get him as well?
There's no man on the Rubik, but he has boots.
I mean, Jinkyu, he wants to dive in for this. He is taking quite a few tower hits here. Toronto Tokyo will TP over. Jinkyu, he'll get punished for this dive. See if Toronto Tokyo can find anything more here. Why still under the tower? No TP, no mana. So they do dive in to get an extra kill on the Disruptor Miposhka, but they lose 2 heroes. PSG LGD, they're bringing extra numbers down bottom. White, he's ready to join. They want to dive in for Yatoro. They commit with the Rupture here. Horn over as well. They're in onto the PA. Yatoro will fall. See if they can get Miposhka as well with the 4 of them and the Tombstone down. They certainly can. The pressure mounting from PSG LGD down on this bottom lane. They know that they can get in and get away with this, especially with the global backup of Arme.
Runs out, look at Collapse, he immediately runs over. And this goes back to what Seb talked about, right? This game is more about the Empower. They're not playing around Obscura in the same way that they were in the previous games. As a smoke coming down bottom.
See if the 3 members of Spirit can find some action. They do have 6 on the supports. Static Storm and the Fear ready to play with. PSG LGD, they're doing a great job of avoiding this. Arme is down here on his own.
Yeah, it looks like they're waiting for the Haunt, but Arme is about to get caught. Spirit have sniffed him out.
Let's see if the 3 have the damage. Try and set up with the root, but not going to get the connection. The glimpse back is there into the Static Storm. TPs are coming over. Arme, is he tanking up to live through the Static Storm? He's still alive, and in fact, he's able to turn. The Tornado does catch him, but is it enough damage? Arme will live, and it will be Spirit that lose the 2 heroes off the back of that attempt.
They lose a chunk of their maximum HP, so versus these type of heroes that Team Spirit has, he's going to be very, very quick at killing them all.
Look at this quick move. Yatoro, he's in on a Faith Beyond. They're looking to try and burst the Bloodseeker, but the counterplay comes in. Arme with the Horn, looks to collapse, jumps over towards Yatoro. Yatoro trying with the TPA, he's away. But collapse, there'll be no escape for him.
Yeah, just great presence.
He has as well. Tinker Laser will never be fun to play against as a PA when he's trying to focus targets. Bottom lane. See another attempt with a Static Storm. This time round, do they have enough damage? They've got the catch up to Arme. He's trying to get away, but he will fall. This time round, Spirit, they'll get the big kill, but it has cost them both supports' lives. We'll see Toronto Tokyo trying to escape, but they got any way to find him here.
There's one more sentry.
He's into the trees. He's out for the
There is a lift and a glimpse.
Ooh! Not quite able to get round to the trees.
To be like, okay, I can't show.
We're going to see the attempt onto Toronto Tokyo down bottom. Azame. He'll jump over, sentry still down. Toronto Tokyo try and hide himself in the trees, but they'll stay on top. Same time over towards the mid. They will lose Faith Beyond. The counterplay was made by Spirit. See the TP out as well. Smira gets back to safety, so 1 for 1 across the map here.
2 seconds for the skewer. Glimpse. Skewer back.
They've got the dagger slow to set it up. He's able to dodge the decay nicely so that he didn't get hit, could still get the blink off. But now Arme, he's ready to come back in. Yatoro's off to the side. The rocket's not enough, but nothing to say. Jumps in to finish him off. The Fear, the counterplay here from Spirit. Nothing to say is caught underneath the tower. Have they got enough damage here from the Willow and the Magnus to start onto the 2 of them underneath the tower? Nothing to say. Surely going to go down. He will collapse. Skewer over into the Tree's collapsed. He's still alive here. Can they quite find him? Wise coming back over. Steps into collapse. Finally, they burst him with a fade ball. But this battle underneath the tower, it's costing PSG LGD lives as well. The route down, catching the two, pushing them back into it with a deafening blast. Arme, he's going to turn back over towards Toronto Tokyo. He's going to jump in, close the gap onto the Invoker Mirror Maposh. Can they help him out? They cannot. Arme able to finish off Toronto Tokyo as well.
That was beautiful. I love the way NOTHINGTOSAY played that team fight. He recognized that if this PA is dead, there's no damage coming out of the Spirit heal. So any sort of healing tool, together with Spectre's Dispersion, just deals incredible amounts of damage in the team fights. I feel like LGD's draft is really coming together now.
Yeah, absolutely. So in a way that we just haven't seen from them so far in this series. Mid lane, they're looking to jump in onto Toronto Tokyo. We'll be able to turn with a quick tornado. The attention from PSG LGD will turn over towards Mirror. Into the Shadow Realm though. They still want to dive this, dropping down the Tombstone, just full aggression from PSG LGD, diving past the Tier 1 tower. The Rockets, they're coming in on Toronto Tokyo. He's got to get out, but he can't. Arme! He's in straight on top of him.
That's just beautiful. They're abusing these vision tools so nicely. You have the Tombstone, you have the Bloodseeker. There's so many ways to get vision in these team fights.
I mean, this Arme Spectre's looking pretty spooky. He's picking up the kills, the involvement here. PSG LGD just fighting in a way that we haven't seen from them so far in this series. We'll see the jump forward onto Faith Beyond. Underneath the tower, he'll be caught, but the heal comes out. He is trapped in the Static Storm, trying to run, but the Thunderstrike finishes him off. TP's coming in from Spirit. Why? Trying to dive in onto Yatoro. Another Soul Rip, healing Y up. He's going to stay on top of the PA, but the hits come out. Yatoro takes him down.
He's able to get away. Oh, that was close.
See if they can pick up Mirror as well. They can. Nothing to say. In with the laser. And out he goes as well, picking up the action. 2K lead now for PSG LGD.
What he needs to do is get that Tombstone down before the fight starts, and he's going to do it as soon as the smoke pops.
He's going to pop it down immediately to see what he can find. Will just be Mirror. The Shadow Realm and a TP out will get him away from this, so now no Tombstone for the fight.
Yeah, but he does have that level 10 talent. This was recently added. The minus 15 seconds Tombstone cooldown makes it less of a committal when you use it.
Well, Toronto Tokyo, he's going to end up walking into the Bloodseeker mid. Faith Beyond just turns straight away upon him. Toronto Tokyo was not prepared for that at all. Just standing there in the mid, and Faith Beyond finds a very tasty...
Mantle on Spectre, so never mind. But that is a big Roche tool. Once you get Mantle on Spectre, you have the Desolate to deal true damage to the Roche, and then it goes on very quickly. But they're happy with the pace of the game right now. They're happy with how it's playing out.
You see
Shard finished on PA.
He's coming across this tree line. He knows that NOTHINGTOSAY is playing here behind the tower. He's going to try for the catch, won't get it. Goes for the attempt, but NOTHINGTOSAY out of range.
Standing right outside of that ward until he's ready to run in.
Do they want to fight this Spirit? They're on the low ground, Tombstone dropped. As soon as it's out, Team Spirit, they'll retreat.
Yep. I think this is a very intelligent thing that LGD have recognized in this game. They've been dominated in vision for 2 games straight, and they feel like, you know what, maybe they're better at warding than me. How do I solve it?
Or collapse.
Pick heroes like a vision.
He's going to look to get the grab on the Faith Beyond. The BKB is popped. He's going to look down the RP, catches the 2. Sunstrike comes in. They kill off Faith Beyond. The Static Storm is onto Arme, but Yatoro's going to look to bail out. Collapse as well. Go for the TP away. He gets out. They all get out on Spirit.
Oh, Xingqiu just barely missing the RP on the PA there. That would have been a massive kill. But you see this on Spirit. You see Yatoro's also buying that Desolator. It's not a basher. It's not a tool item that will allow him to necessarily kill the Tinker if he has that Hex.
They're going to go for the Roche now. They know there's no RP.
Yep.
So if they have the damage to take this out, and see if Spirit still want to try and make a jump into them.
Yeah, so between the laser, the Mantle Spectre, the Undying damage amplification.
Going to get the Fear, quite nicely timed. Roshan is very low. Is there any potential for a steal?
Yeah, absolutely. Yatoro might go.
He's not able to get in. He's not able to get in. Arme gets the kill. The Aegis on the Spectre now. Spirit, they've got to be cautious. Yatoro pops the BKB, but he's already been burst so low. A throw at the daggers, but they're surrounded by PSG LGD. Maposhka as well, caught in the river. They couldn't make the jump in time, and Yatoro just getting burst so heavily before he could actually get the BKB off there.
Yep, excellent gameplay from LGD right now. They're banging on all cylinders.
They are. We did not see anything close to this in the first 2 games. PSG LGD between NOTHINGTOSAY and Arme, both of these cores, and just in combination with one another. Spectre, Tinker, nobody wants to play against an incredibly fun one of those. In mid lane as well, Xingqiu! He's in, using the RP to catch Yatoro, completely off guard. He wasn't ready for that at all. We'll now see them try and turn towards Faith Beyond, but the Soul Rip heal comes out. The Meteor crashing down on the Bloodseeker. They find him in return. Mirror Dusted in position here. Wyatt trying to look towards him, but the field holds back the Undying. Mirror gets away, but a quick move there from Jinkyu.
Yeah, there's still the Haunt ready, though, if they want to look for more.
See, jump over towards Toronto Tokyo. He's out of mana, he's out of luck. Arme continuing to be an absolute beast this game.
The team fights are just so hard for Spirit, and especially if Yatoro isn't there to play the fights for them. They really in an area where they can't really punish Tinker. That's far up top. They're not really going to bring their heroes to that side of the map. And then in the bottom area, the only ward that they have to fight around is also an area that you won't really see LGD approaching.
We'll see this move mid. Atos into the rupture. Toronto Tokyo in trouble. They'll put the BKB. We'll see Arme heading on top of him. We'll get glimpsed back. And we'll get the space for Toronto Tokyo to stand his ground. The rupture to wear off. Looking for setup on the side. They get the catch onto Wyatt. Yatoro, he'll commit. Jumps in. Does get caught up on Hanks though. He's jumped in. BKB off in time though. Yatoro, he'll survive. Over towards Faith Bian he goes. He won't chase further. The Sunstrike just off the mark. Faith Bian will live, but so will Yatoro. That time getting so... Focus around the mid lane here for Spirit.
Oh, what a play by Y. He put his courier on the hill to scout out the ward.
Collapse is going to still get the jump on him, but immediately the telekinesis comes out for Jinkyu. Catching Collapse in the combo. Collapse will go over the TP out, but the Yules is there. Yatoro trying to get in with the BKB. He'll turn over towards Arme, but Arme just jumping all over the place. Yatoro has to go with the BKB TP out. Collapse goes down. Yatoro will be able to save himself. PSG LGD, they're looking to see if they can chase for more. Faith Bian trying to run down Toronto Tokyo. But the Invoker, just as speedy as himself, will manage to break away.
What an unbelievable play by Y, though. He just put his courier on this hill, waiting for that ward to come out, recognizing that if they smoke, middle lane's where they're going to go.
I know they're going for more. They're ready to try and get the jump in onto Yatoro, but Yatoro blinking straight over to the safety of Mirror on the high ground. Means they won't get a further catch in. PSG LGD, they'll now look to back off. Still 30 seconds without Collapse.
Top side, secure that area. Y already has the ward down. Notices there are no heroes there. That means we know where Spirit are. An immediate smoke over.
Collapse. Ooh. He's out with a blink. Same can't be said for Miposhka though. The Disruptor will die. Mirror and Yatoro. This is a bit of a spooky place to be. Yeah, they'll have a poke and then immediate TP out. They're not messing around. They know how quick PSG LGD is going to be with these responses. It's Collapse. He's on a cliff. Nothing to say. He's quite happy to join him.
Not really quite sure what was going on there. Maybe he was attempting to D-ward while he saw the hero's bottom and saw the TPs on the tier 1 bot tower. But Roshan has spawned. Click on Y. He has everything ready. Tombstone ready. Ulti ready. This Rosh is going to go down extremely quickly as soon as Ame connects over.
I mean, in 50 seconds without Collapse, it's unlikely they're going to be able to do anything without him alive. Is there any world that they buy back to contest this, or do you just let this go?
I feel like based on the way they're positioned, it might be hard to get there in time.
Yeah.
So the buyback option probably is not there. It seems like Yatoro now has seen this Tinker buying Daeon Disc, so what does he do? He buys the appropriate item to response. He's going to go for the Nullifier.
All right. So many choices.
But it seems like Nothing to Say has played plenty of Tinker games.
He
recognizes that this is the only way I might get caught.
Yeah, he's got a lot under his belt here, Nothing to Say. As Arme, a quick jump over to the bottom lane, adding another kill to his scoreboard, 9, 1, and 15.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, he's gone for the Haunt Illusion damage on 25.
And we'll see here. An attempt of a play, Yatoro is going to get caught out by the bash. He's got to get out of it, Yatoro. He'll go for the BKB TP out. The disarmament is there onto the Spectre, so no chance of a bash. As Yatoro will get out the same, not to be said for Toronto Tokyo, though, as Nothing to Say has his number.
I mean, Nothing to Say has really turned it up this game. Johan and Seb talked about what they saw backstage, what they saw in their expressions. I'm sure this kind of momentum for them is huge. And it's something that you need in order to win TI, right? You need to have that attitude of champions.
Look at this jump. Look at the dust out. BKB, we still see the jump from Arme. He's in with the bash onto Toronto Tokyo. Let's push back with the deafening blast, but they're in with the grab. Nothing to Say. He's in with the nukes.
He's playing with so much confidence on this Tinker. I was talking about how he needs to wait out for the PA, but T recognizes, you know what, there's no way to PA his bottom here, and just full commits into their base.
He's level 26 on this Tinker right now.
He is incredibly farmed. He's going to finish a Bloodstone too, or an Octarine Core, sorry.
I mean, without a doubt, we saw how much Collapse could do last game when he was just in the lead, ahead, just playing around with his food. He's got to make some big moves here from the defensive position as he is losing teammates around him to the consistent dives from PSG LGD. He'll try and get the grab here onto Arme. It's not going to happen. Forced back to the fountain as PSG LGD, they've got all the space in the world to push in onto the tier 3. Can teamspirit get them out of here? There's no buyback on Toronto Tokyo, still down for 30 seconds. They're without Mirror as well. They'll have to, by the looks of it, at least let one set of racks go down here. There's no defense to be had quite yet for Spirit.
That's so hard to fight into this tombstone. You saw Yatoro kind of thinking about it. He was looking for that potential wraparound, but straight at the start, because then he'll be forced to waste his BKB.
And maybe they do have, of course, the Empower. You know,
yeah.
The triple stifling daggers with the Empower on them. That's pretty nasty.
Quick fingers from Toronto Tokyo, but he's caught.
Yeah, they've got to catch it. BKB, and he'll try and walk away. See if he's able to make it out. He's been ruptured. He's going for the TP out, but the BKB comes to an end. And so does his escape. He'll try and hold them back with a tornado, but there's nothing more to hold them back with. Yatoro, he's going to be the new focus. Static Storm from Aposhka down into the trees to try and stop the chase. Fabian coming in with the BKB, but Yatoro will manage to make it out. Aposhka as well in the trees, hidden out as he TPs.
Yeah, beautiful reset there from teamspirit. I actually thought they were going to have way more casualties, but quick fingers from Yatoro, blinking on top of Aposhka. Great team play there with a Static Storm to cancel. Tinker potentially chasing for more kills.
Having the comfort of the overwhelming blink, maybe even holding on for his buyback as well.
Yatoro?
Oh,
he's caught.
He has been caught here. He needs help and he needs it now. The BKB comes out. He has been ruptured though. Not much that he can do. And Arme, he's in with the illusion, surrounds him. No way for Yatoro to get out. And of course he did spend up on that refresher, so 100 seconds, no buyback on the PA.
Yep, LGD firing back strong. What a catch from Faith Beyond. And man, I feel like it just all ties back to the vision. This game, PSG LGD had vision. They were playing on even terms for most of the game. And
oh, Collapse, he tries to make the move, but the counter's there. Xingqiu with an instant lift holds him in his tracks. As it's another core out of the game. Collapse and Yatoro, no way of returning for this defense.
Skewer back on Mira.
They get the grab. Mira also to be blown up outside of the base. 3 dead on Spirit. PSG LGD, they're up to the racks.
That's gotta be so satisfying for Xingqiu.
Oh yeah.
Collapse with a mag, just constantly skewering them back. And now finally he gets to do it himself.
Yeah, Collapse giving Xingqiu the respect as well there. Pretty smooth sailing here to the victory. Is there really anything the Spirit can pull off whilst this far behind?
I mean, it's a matter of finding the Tinker. I really think so. Of course, you can always win. In Dota, I feel like you always have the option of winning. And especially in late game, yeah, there's 40,000 net worth differentiating you, but there's no amount of net worth that will make up for a bad positioning or, you know, the clutch play. So formations is really important here for LGD. And if Yatoro can find some sort of backline kill, that could open the fight up entirely.
Approaching the final set of barracks here. The jump in underneath the tier 4s. They're in on him, Aposhka. He's gone. Collapse will try and jump in with the skewer back onto Arme. Yatoro's committed onto the front lines with the BKB, but he's been disarmed. Gets the Phantom Knives off. Now turns over towards White, but look how much HP White's got. Yatoro. Refresher. Doesn't want to commit for another round. Nothing to say. He's in with the H. They've locked down Yatoro. Yatoro to fall. Buyback at the ready. Instant smoke up from Spirit. Mirror. Set things up with the curse crown. They get the glimpse back. He's looking for the skewer, but he's actually able to get out here with a Manta. Arme won't be grabbed back yet. Steps back to the safety of his team. PSG LGD still respecting the buybacks here from Spirit. They won't instantly push in onto the melee racks, but the rocket spam begins from nothing to say. Yatoro, he's going to look to try and jump outside of the base. He's able to jump it onto Xingqiu. He's going to go for nothing to say, but nothing to say. Gets the blink off in time. Back onto the high ground he goes, but Arme's trying to get in. They get the skewer. Arme, he's in the fountain. That's the OP. They've got Arme. They've got him. He's in the fountain. Can he get out? He cannot. They've done it the once. Can they do it again? It's just the 3th of the meatballs coming down. Arme, he needs help. He's in the fountain and it isn't his own. The skewer's attempted, but the Yules is there to stop the play. Arme, he'll be getting out of the fountain alive. GG is called. And PSG LGD will take this game 3.
I love Dota so much, Owen. That was so beautiful. Everything happened. You got the skewer into the fountain.
Oh my goodness.
Out of the fountain. They counter blink to skewer him in again. But no, the Yules. and then the stolen skewer, and you pull out a hero of your own.
They do.
That's the GG.
Wow. I mean, they fought